what the way we begin to develop communities, we have to look within the family first and make whatever connections and systems that are available. And once you do that, then whatever that is, whatever the foci of that is, you're to expand that into the community and then beyond. There's no such thing that you have not done that and you are successful in business. What has happened is you're doing it for some other group. So you're either doing it recognizing the overall impact that it has on stabilizing the nation, because there is only the nation. There is no such thing as community. There is no such thing as family. There is no such thing as individual per se, the way that people are perceiving it. You only have nation states, and they are either functional or they're not because they've been colonized by another. And in that case, what is happening is everyone that works within that colony, if you're not working to reconstitute your nation states, then technically you are working to preserve the nation state that has colonized you. You know, it's you either a nation state or you're a colony. There is no in between. To suggest there is an individual, to suggest there is a family, is to suggest that there is an in between. There is not. And when they gave us this language and those descriptions or depictions and definitions, it threw us off. So we are actually under the impression that there's this thing that's called family versus another or an individual that's more important than the nation state. That's how you know it's insane. How could one person be more important than the nation state? And if there, sometimes you have to go to ground zero. And Mississippi in 2017 is ground zero. And the question really is once we get to ground zero, because each place gets to ground zero at a different time. Chicago is being taken to ground zero, being broken down to ground zero. DC, ground zero. New York, ground zero. Detroit, ground zero. Wherever we are goes to ground zero. We can see the cycles better if we pay attention to the patterns of our existence. And it's the reason why we're experiencing what we are is because, unlike others, we are not practicing nationalism. We're violating it under the auspice that we're going to do it in accordance to quote unquote individualism or based upon the various cliques, which is an imitation of the concept of family. Keep in mind, we didn't have such terms. You can't find that term on in a hieroglyph. You find nation state, and individuals either belong to this one or that one, but if they married the other, they were a part of this one, or you purposely did so that you could bring both regions together. We talked from that frame, and that's a much bigger frame than individualism. It's a much bigger frame than family. Because if you deal with the idea of what we've been given as family, then